From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Facing the judge, the man set to go on trial today for the first of back-to-back murder charges against him.
Soaring to victory now on Daybreak. Local reaction to the Super Bowl blowout. How the man at the bottom of that Gatorade shower, whom Colts fans know well, sizes up the win.
When is the right time to sell a stock? How do you protect against inflation? Financial decisions can be tricky. Your cognitive and emotional biases can lead you astray. Financial Decoder, an original podcast from Charles Schwab, can help. Listen at schwab.com/financial decoder.
We're going to toss things over to Tara Hastings for a look at the forecast.
So we've got sunshine to start off the day today. Chilly, though, and some frosty conditions out there. I had frost on my windshield this morning, so you might give yourself a few extra minutes, get the car going here and warm it up. I think we're going to see a beautiful day. We're going to look for some sunshine to start off, and then clouds begin to increase what is going to start a pretty active weather week. Let's talk about over the last 24 hours. We are anywhere between 6 and 15 degrees colder this morning than what we were yesterday morning, but look at this gorgeous start. This is our Speedway camera. Lots of sunshine out there right now. We're down to 19 degrees. We lost a degree or so here from last hour. Winds are relatively light out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour, but that is creating a wind chill or feels like temp at 12. So a chilly start this morning, but we will bounce back closer to normal for this time of the year. 18 Noblesville and Anderson, also Newcastle down to 19 in Richmond. We're at 20 in Martinsville and Shelbyville right now coming in at 22 degrees this morning. We've got high pressure that's in control right now, but off to the west of us, we've got a storm system that we're going to be watching, and we're going to see a series of systems move in here. The first one being tomorrow. Today, A-OK, just an increase in cloud cover. Temps in the mid-30s at 1 o'clock. And I think later this afternoon we'll climb to about 39 degrees in Indianapolis, which again is right around normal for this time of year. Lower 40s will be possible across parts of southern Indiana. We'll talk about our snow chances for Tuesday, and then a more potent system arrives on Wednesday. That one could bring us all kind of precipitation types.
One person has died in an early morning crash on the far southeast side of Indianapolis. Happened sometime after 1, where Southeastern Avenue makes a hard turn south and becomes Mimosa Lane. If you know the seasonal sculpture called Veal's Ice Tree, the crash scene's right there. Police say it appears the driver failed to make the curve, flipped, and died. They've not yet released her name or age.
Also new on Daybreak, one person is in the hospital after a shooting in Lawrence. Police were called just after 2 this morning to the Extended Stay Suites Hotel on Pendleton Pike. That's near East 52nd Street. Officers there tell us that they found a female with a gunshot wound. They did not give an age for the victim, but say she is stable at this time. Investigators tell us they do not know whether the victim was shot at the hotel or whether the shooting happened somewhere else. Police also did not have any information on a possible suspect. This morning, a man is in critical condition after gunfire on the city's far southwest side. Metro Police were called to an apartment complex just after 11 last night on Vega Way. That is just off of Kentucky Avenue in Decatur Township. Police tell us the shooting victim is a male, no age was given, and that he was taken to the hospital. Investigators say they believe the victim and suspect knew each other in that case. Officers did not give a description or motive for that shooting.
Happening today, the first of the back-to-back murder trials of Orlando Mitchell. He's the man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend outside a daycare, then later strangling a sheriff's deputy. Mitchell's trial for Crystal Walton's death is first. Investigators say he punctuated a history of violence against her by shooting her to death in September of 2022, right after she dropped her children off at the daycare. The next year, authorities say Mitchell strangled Deputy John Durham during a medical transport, then stole a sheriff's van and briefly escaped. Mitchell's trial for Durham's murder is slated to happen next month.
8:04 on the schedule at the State House, a bill that critics say would essentially criminalize homelessness in the state. House Bill 1662 states that a person caught camping, sleeping, or sheltering on land owned by the state could be issued a misdemeanor. It also provides state funding for homelessness programs like parking areas, designated camps and shelters, And the bill also restricts funding for Indiana Housing First, a program that gives rental assistance to those who need it. Homeless advocates say they plan to turn out before the committee hearing scheduled for 10:30 this morning.
All Access Indy, New Orleans. Brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Electrical, where great service runs in the family.
Crazy. This is crazy. Growing up as an Eagles fan, being able to see everything that our franchise has been through and to be able to get another Super Bowl win is crazy. It's wild.
That's a Philadelphia Eagles fan celebrating in Indianapolis after a blowout Super Bowl win from the Eagles' away from home hangout of Hoagies and Hops here in central Indiana. Eagles did it with big plays on both sides of the ball. Second quarter, Eagles already up 10-0. Cooper DeJean picks off Patrick Mahomes, takes it back 38 yards for a touchdown. The extra point would make it 17-zip, and the rout was on. Eagles pushed it to 34-0 before the Chiefs even got on the scoreboard. 40-22 was the final as Philadelphia avenges its loss to KC 2 seasons ago. News 8 Sports Director Anthony Calhoun reports from New Orleans on the win that happened with a former Indianapolis Colts assistant at the helm.
How about former Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni and what he and the Eagles did on Sunday night right here in New Orleans? A lot of folks, many folks that is, didn't think they could beat the two-time defending Super Bowl champs Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only did they beat them, they literally destroyed the Chiefs, putting up 40 points against Kansas City. And now Sirianni gives Philadelphia its second Super Bowl title.
I think at the end of the day, you saw this team embrace adversity throughout the entire year. Now, it's hard to say that when you won 16 out of your last 17, but there was adversity. There's adversity constantly. And I think we did a good job of embracing that, the ups and downs of a season, and getting better from the things that we went through.
It's been a long journey. It's been a journey of ups and downs and highs and lows, and I've always stayed true to it in the end, and having this vision of just being the best that I can be, and that evolving over time into this desire and this flame inside to win. And you don't do great things without the guys around you.
They all hurt when you get to this level and these things happen. Three-peat aside or any of that stuff, that you get this far and you don't play as well as you want to, it hurts.
Anytime you lose a Super Bowl, it's the worst feeling in the world. They'll stick with you the rest of your career. I mean, these will be the two losses that will motivate me to be even better for the rest of my career, because you only get so few of these, and you have to capitalize on these, and they hurt probably more than the wins feel good.
So Nick Sirianni picks up his first Super Bowl title. Jalen Hurts was named the MVP of Super Bowl 59, and who would have thought those two individuals who dealt with so much criticism and so much heat from the fan base there in Philadelphia, Sunday night, they give those fans a night they'll never forget. It's been an incredible journey bringing you Super Bowl 59 coverage throughout the week here in the Big Easy for All Access Indy, New Orleans. Next up, we're getting ready to head out west to the Bay Area for Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. Anthony Calhoun, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.